Hello everybody, I'm Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online. In the last episode, we unlocked the Beastman Aetheryte that gave us access to the domain of the Lord of Crag's Titan. We engaged Titan in battle and defeated him, ending his threat. So we are now back in Camp Bronze Lake? Yes, Camp Bronze Lake. And, working on the aftermath and seeing what it is we are going to end up doing next. So let's go ahead and talk to Y'shtola over there and see what we're going to be doing next. Alright. Y'shtola is keen to discuss our next task. Alright. The word will already have reached Maelstrom Command. Protocol requires that a representative of our order inform the High Commander of the mission's success. The honor is rightfully yours, Ayame. Once again, I must commend you on a job well done. We shall speak again soon. Alright. So we need to head back to LIMSA and talk to the Maelstrom Commander. Simple enough. No, we're not going to use that ticket. Actually, it occurs to me, I need to check my retainers. So let me go ahead and do that before we head over to Maelstrom Command. Alright, let's summon... Let's just check and make sure that they don't have any gil we need to withdraw. Nope. Okay. So we're good there. Do I have any loot I need to unload? I do have some loot I need to unload. High ethers. Not really sure I need much of that. Battlecraft accessories. Interesting. But no, we're just going to sell the Allagan gold pieces and the Allagan silver pieces for some cash. And then I need to bring up my retainer again and entrust items. High Potion of Vitality will probably keep. Sort. Alright, there we go. Alright, so let's head to the Aft Castle and head over to Maelstrom Command to report our mission success. Alright. There is Rashat Riki. It is good to see you, Private Yatsuruki. Word of your triumph reached me some while ago, but I am pleased to have it personally confirmed. First Ifrit, now Titan. Truly, when I think of your achievements, I feel the loss of the Warriors of Light less keenly. And there can be no greater compliment than that. You and your order are heroes. Suffice it to say, we are glad to have a scion in our ranks. I shall relay the details of your report to the Admiral forthwith. Please send my regards to the scions of the 7th Dawn. Until next time, Private. Getting a call? Ayame, this is Minfilia. Y'shtola has informed me of your success. You have won a great victory for the people of Eorzea, one that shall not be forgotten. And what is more, both you and Ystella emerged from Ogamoro unscathed, while Totaro and the others seemed as glad of that as they did of Titan's fall. You can look forward to a hero's welcome. We'll be awaiting your return at the Waking Sands. There is much to discuss. Godspeed. Alright, so back to the Waking Sands. Now, do I have enough? 915 seals. I know I checked this before. 3,000 seals. No. No, I do not have enough to do that. Okay, so we are going to have to head back over to the Waking Sands and report back to Minfilia and see what is next on the docket. So, I'm going to go ahead and pause while we head back over there. So, again, we'll resume once we are at the Waking Sands. Alright, here we are back at the Waking Sands, and disquieted villager and frightened villager? Are those guys new? And who are you? Trauma Queen. Requires level 47. Okay, so that's not ready for us yet. Alright, let's head into the Waking Sands and see what's going on. Things don't look good here. Not so good at all. Well, let's go check the solar and see if everybody's okay in there. Because nobody else out here is. Oh, Eorzea. This one is glad, walking one is safe. Guess we're gonna find out what happened.
We'll be awaiting your return at the Waking Sands. There is much to discuss. Godspeed. Thank heaven she is safe. Louisoire, do you see? Your light shines brightly in this one, and in time, it will illuminate the realm once more. Oh!
Advance no further!
We have come for the one who slayed Ifrit and Titan. Bring her forth, and you may yet know mercy.
Confound it. Stay out of sight. I would leave a message with you. I surrender myself, on the condition you spare the innocents.
Conditions? There speaks the Supreme Sire. I'll grant you have courage, but you would be better served by armor.
Search all you will. The one you seek is not here.
So it would seem.
And yet you knew to look here. But how?
Hold that thought.
No!
Conditions of surrender denied.
Cease at once!
Have you not done enough?
Perhaps. Enough. We must away. Though we have not found our quarry, the High Priestess of the Scions should suffice for now. They say she also possesses the Echo. I cannot wait to hear her scream. I said enough! We leave. Bring the prisoners.
Well, that's not good. Walking one, Minfilia asked this one to... In case Walking One returned, this one was to say... At church in Eastern Thanalan, Walking One must claim sanctuary. This one tried to protect Walking One Minfilia from Imperial ones. Forgive this one. Save. Alright. Seek shelter at the Church of Saint Adama in Adama Landama. So yeah, we need to get out of here before more Imperials possibly show up. Actually, probably the easiest way is to teleport out of here. Head over to Camp Drybone. Alright, looks like we're going to have to put together a rescue mission. Alright, let's mount up, head over to the church, and see what we can do. Yeah, this way. All right, Iliad. Is something troubling you, my child? You have the look of one who has endured great suffering. If there is anything I can do to help, anything at all, you need only ask. The wild roses are dead, Father, and I know not what to do. The wild roses? I see. You may speak freely here. We are all friends of the Scions. How could this have happened? And you are certain that Minfilia was among those taken by the Garleans? Let us pray no further harm comes to them. You may stay here for as long as you wish. It is the least I can do for a friend of Minfilia's. I have known her since she was but a child. Well, I do recall the day of our first meeting. Or well do I recall the first day of our meeting. Whatever. I swore then to do everything in my power to support her, and I will gladly offer the self-same service to her brother and sister Scions. So please, no matter what you require, you need not hesitate to ask. Marquise, would you come here for a moment? Yes, Father? If you require assistance, pray speak with Marcus. He is a trifle shy, but I assure you he means well. I think that's how you pronounce it. Marcus? We'll go with that. I should explain. Marcus is a survivor of the Battle of Carcheno. Alas, his experiences took a terrible toll upon his mind. Had we not taken him into our care, he would surely have perished in the desert. Marcus, I want you to look after Yame. Do you understand? Yes, Father. Alright, those who wait. Let me just see what the level of the side quests are out here. 35. 35, 35. Alright, well, let's just continue on with the main story quest for now. Marcus. Marcus has a personal request to make of you. Excuse me, Ayame, do you have a moment? It concerns this broken horologe. Horologe? Which is found in the pocket of a man brought here for burial. There is something familiar about it, but just what I cannot say. Perhaps if I tinker with the device, it will come to me. However, I lack the proper tools to do so. I would ask that you journey to UL'DAH in my stead to obtain a bull point chisel and a pair of needle-nosed pincers. If you are willing to do this, please note that, as they are uncommon tools, you may need to visit the Goldsmiths Guild and browse the markets in order to find them. Oh, and you also have a quest? Main story quest? Interesting. Eduard appears to be toying with a defective device of some sort. Heavy steel armor. We're going to pass on that. Linen shirt. Oh, just my luck. I scavenged this here oven thinking I could use it to make myself hot meals. But looks to be in a bad way. Lots of dents, a few holes even. You're pretty well traveled, ain't you? Ever seen one of these before, or better yet, know how to fix it? No? Bah. Wait, I know who we ought to ask. Mind showing this oven to Marcus for me? He repaired a clockwork toy I found once. Maybe he can do something with it. Alright, well, let's talk to Marcus again. Is there something I can do for you? Broken alembic. This is an alchemist's alembic. You say the boy wishes to use it for cooking? I suppose it would be possible were to make some modifications, but I need a bronze ornamental hammer to do so. Can you bring me one? Hayame, you need only go so far as Camp Drybone to find a merchant who sells tools. Okay. We need to grab a bronze ornamental hammer and find the ballpoint, bullpoint chisel and needle nose pincers. Seems simple enough. Supposedly somebody in Camp Drybone sells tools. Now here's a junk monger. Bronze ornamental hammer. Merchant and mender. What about you? Purchase tools. You have a bronze ornamental hammer, yes. You don't have the chisel or the needle nose pincers. Okay. So I guess we'll head into UL'DAH and head to the Goldsmiths Guild. Actually, the easiest way to do that is just use an Ethernet. Goldsmiths Guild. Alright. Mimidesu? A ballpoint chisel? Well, yes, we happen to have a surplus of that particular tool. By all means, take one if you so desire. An odd request, if you don't mind me saying. There's a very limited number of applications. Alright, and where is the other item? In the markets. Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Let's see, what level are these quests? They're level 35. We've just about caught up. Sintgot. Welcome, welcome! What mighty discerning, my word, did you say needle nose pincers? You must be a skilled craftsman indeed. Please take this pair as a gift. By the by, do you have representation here in the exchange? If not, I would be most interested in discussing a partnership. I'm not actually a very good craftsman, so I'm not a craftsman at all. Alright, so we head back to Drybone. Drybone. And turn these in. Alright, Marcus. I can convert the limbic into a makeshift oven, but only once you have brought me that hammer. I have the hammer. Thank you, Yami. It shouldn't take more than a day, I believe. It's strange. I know I must have learned these skills long ago, but I haven't the foggiest when and where that was. Let's see if I can get this stuff out of my camera. We're not going with that heavy steel armor. We're just not. We're going to go for the Allegan silver pieces. Alright, and let's give him the other stuff. Have you brought the tools I requested? Yes. Something occurs to me. Please wait here for a moment. It was for naught. Though I repaired the device easily, the sensation that stirs within me remains a mystery. But how did I do it? These hands, my hands, they move with a mind of their own, deftly manipulating the clockwork mechanisms. There was no doubt or uncertainty. I knew exactly what to do, as though I had performed the same motions countless times before. Pardon me, Ayame, this was a mistake. Please give the horologe to Sister UL'DAH. The man who once owned it is currently in her care, and I think it best that it be returned to him. Alright. UL'DAH? Good morrow to you, madam. Have you come to pay respects to this man? Well, I have something for him, or that was his. Never before have I seen such a queer device. You say that it measures the passing of time? Mayhap they are more common in Garlemald. I am given to understand that its cities are filled with all manner of amazing technologies. Marcus said that it belonged to the deceased? Oh dear. You don't suppose the owner might have been a Garlean spy? It may behoove us to notify the authorities in Camp Drybone. But, mayhap more importantly, how did Marcus manage to repair this device? I knew he had talent for the trades, but this goes far beyond mending fences and thatching roofs. Welcome. Welcome would like to offer succor to the priests and church of Saint Adamalandama. Excuse me, Ayame, you don't know me, but I've observed you assisting the priests with their work. I, too, would like to offer what succor I might. Since tending the lich yard in this heat can quickly sap one's energies, perhaps the restorative drink made to combat fatigue would be ideal. Of course, Aqua del Sol. That would surely do the trick. To make it, I would need a freshly cut Brazo del Sol. I've not the skill at arms to slay a wild Sabatender del Sol, but you do, so you need only go as far as the spring east of Camp Drybone. The beasts are often sighted in that vicinity. If you brought me one of their arms, I could make enough Aqua del Sol for everyone. Okay. I guess we'll go take care of that. Ride on over here and see Sabatenders. Those are the cactuar creatures. I didn't think they were hiding out here. I know there's some in southern Thanalan. Get hit by that. That is 1,000 needles too. That'll do 1,000 damage. Yeah, I guess we'll stay in Defiance mode so that we can use the Inner Beast skill. Alright, so deliver this back to this person. Alright, have you considered my request, Ayame? There we are. I never imagined that you would return so quickly. Thank you so much. It's an incredibly simple beverage to prepare. If you would wait but one moment. There. Should serve as a sample of... Wait, don't drink it. I mean, I was hoping you might give the first glass to Marcus on my behalf. Of course, I intend to provide everyone with a glass eventually. It's just that Marcus is so... Well, surely you've noticed what a handsome man he is. Okay. Have a little crush going, do you? And I have this energy aura around me. Oh, Ayame, what is it? I have something for you. For me? Thank you. Was it perhaps the girl who... No, it couldn't have been her. I appreciate Ilkum's kind gesture, but Father Illud is in far greater need of this juice. His work places great strain on his body and soul, yet he continues to neglect his health. Alright. Let's go back to Lunid. Sister Lunid is staring at you with great sadness in her eyes. Alright. I recognize you now, Ayame. Allow me to express my deepest condolences for those who lost their lives in the attack. I apologize that discussing this upsets you, but you should know that the bodies of your comrades are presently being removed from the Waking Sands and prepared for transport here. If you wish to leave this work to others, I understand. However, taking part might help you to find closure. Speak with the merchant outside the Waking Sands. Okay, so back to the Waking Sands. Teleport to Horizon. Alright, let's just go ahead and mount up. And, ride on over there. And I'll actually keep rolling this time. Alright, so where exactly... There he is. Vesper Bay Shopkeeper. You don't look like one of them church fellas. Not that I'll turn you away, no sir. As you can see, we've got a pile of unidentified bodies over yonder. No one's come to claim them, so off to the Lich Yard they go. Be thankful you didn't have to go inside and see the carnage for yourself. It was the stuff of nightmares, I tell you. God's damned Imperials. Well, I kind of did see it. I don't know what quarrel they had with these folks, but sure as hells don't want to know. The sooner we put this behind us, the better. Say, ain't I seen you around here before? Or do you just have one of them faces? Oh, never mind. Any road, there's a carriage come to haul the bodies to Lich Yard out by the east gate. There's only 8 left to load up, but seeing as I'm exhausted from carrying all the others, I have a mind to leave the remainder to you. You might want to cover your nose while you work. Some of these folks are starting to turn. Wow, really? Gather the corpses. Is this like the 3rd quest we've had where we've had to pick up dead bodies and transport them somewhere? I think so. Carry the corpses to the carriage. Disconcerted coachman. What happened to the big fella? Ah, forget it. Just bring the next batch and toss them in the back. Ain't like they'll complain if you're rough. Well, ain't you a strong one? 4 in 1 trip. Reckon there's no need for me to lend you a hand with the rest then. Really? Alright, guess I'll do it myself. Alright, here's the last of them. Come on, let's finish it before I die of old age. That should be all of them. Thanks for the help. Reckon it won't take too long to deliver all the corpses to Lich Yard. Even so, you might want to hurry back and tell them that our work here is done. Alright, so we need to head back to the Lich Yard. Wonder who's going to deliver the bad news to the sylphs. Alright, there is Elunid. I see that you decided to heed my advice. I pray that, in doing so, you found some small measure of peace. The first carriage from Besser Bay arrived not long ago, and we have begun preparing your comrades for burial. I had a hand in the initial rites, and I would like you to know that, for many, death came quickly. Rest assured that we will treat them with the utmost respect and do everything we can to shepherd them to THAL's realm. I don't want those heavy steel flanchards, so we'll take the silver pieces instead. Alright, so let's just talk to Elunid for the next quest. Sister Elunid has some difficult news to share with us. Okay. There's one thing I regret to inform you. Though we wish to inter your comrades on church grounds, the number of fallen scions far exceeded our estimates. After discussing the matter with follower Eliud, You have concluded that we have no choice but to bury the dead in the same plots as those who perished in the calamity. Please forgive us. We do not wish to dishonor the memory of the fallen, but as caretakers of Lichyard, these are the realities we must face. Ayami, what befell your order was an unforgivable crime. If you would have these villains brought to justice, consider making a pilgrimage to the mark of the Warden. Though I do not follow the teachings of Azema, it is said that to offer prayers before her mark is to invoke her divine judgment. Regardless of your faith, mayhap it will be worth the effort. Okay. Well, what I'm going to do is I think we're going to go ahead and end this episode here. And then we will pick things back up when we come back. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment. And I will see you next time.